It's Rob!
Tony! And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, and I know it's been a while since my last video. Way too long. So, let's get into this. Hopefully we didn't miss a beat with me not being able to do these as often. So, let's see if we still got the mojo to make it happen. So, this deck is... I know you guys have seen it before. The Grim Patron Warrior deck. It's pretty much spin to win. It's all about the combos and what you can do with those and getting the right cards at the right time. So the deck list should be on the right for you guys. If it's not, let me know, but it should be. If you have any questions, comments, just leave those in the section below. I'll get back to you. So let's get into this game. So we're playing a Warlock, which means we're probably going to expect Rush. So the Taskmaster would be cool to have, and the Slam will be good to have because the Taskmaster can kill any one drop he has, and the Slam's going to be able to kill a Knife Juggler if he has one. The Acolyte of Pain is also another good card to get against a Rush deck. It wouldn't be as good as a weapon. That's what we were looking for. A Fury War Axe would be ideal, but I mean, this isn't a bad hand as is. So he's probably going to play Knife Juggler or some 2-drop Mistress of Pain. Wow, that's very uncommon for a Rush deck to play. And to get, we can't kill it right now, so I'm probably just going to armor up and then my turn. When you're going against a Warlock, if he doesn't play anything on turn 1, or if he goes turn 2 and he sacrifices 2 health to draw, he's probably playing the Mountain Giant, Molten Giant. But if he starts playing early game cards like this guy is, like a Nuber and Egg, he's probably going to be playing Rush, almost 100%. So... yeah, we'll just throw down the Pain, and we're gonna throw down the Pain because his guy on the field only has 1 attack. So if we can get lots of card draw from the Acolyte, that'll be good. Never mind. Acolyte's going down. He said that was a mistake, which... It's funny because now the Execute, which we got rid of earlier, would have been very useful. But most of the time with Rush, you don't really have to worry about any like smaller cards. Or, I mean, any bigger cards that you'd really want to kill, besides maybe a Doom Guard. But that wouldn't even come out before turn 5 anyway. So we're gonna slam the Imp, and we're probably going to just passive and end our turn again. I mean, he's gonna get the 3 health back, but you can't. We're not gonna waste every card in our hand to kill it. Not even. I don't think we could kill it anyway, to be honest. And if you see me looking over on the different side of the screen, it's because I'm reading off the deck list, and I'm going to go over why the cards are in it and the combos that go with these cards, along with when I play at the same time, going over what I'm doing. So from here, he has a pretty good advantage, but that weapon draw was pretty fucking epic. Like, that weapon really helps us out. So from here, I feel like hitting the... We can kill... Yeah, I think the 4/4 would be the best one to kill. Because if we don't attack the 4/4, we're going to take 4, and then we'll take 4 again. But if we attack it now, we'll only take 1/4 instead of it being able to attack again. So I think that's our best option here. And then we could throw down the 0-drop 3/3, but then he's just going to kill it off with his 1/1s. And next turn, all his 1/1s are going to die anyway to the Death Rattle on our weapon. So, I mean, you don't really want to play monsters. It would absorb some damage, but we're not really that low. We're at 25. And look, he even knows these 1/1s are going to die next turn. That's why he just pretty much killed his own guy. So he's going to get more health back. I mean, this game is not looking too bad, but it's not looking good. So we're going to kill off his Mistress. And the reason I put down this card first before I did that was because if I would have done it the other way around, it wouldn't have cost none. And then having that Pain in my hand would have helped. It would have hit everything for 1 on the field, but not a big deal. So yeah, there was really no way around this guy not taking damage. Oh god, don't get like Jiraxis or something fucking crazy. It's not a bad imp he just got. Okay, so let's buff our guy. We can draw 1 off this. That would have been helpful last turn. Damn. So we can kill his Imp Master right now if we want to Inner Rage, but I don't really want to waste Inner Rage right now. We could. Then we draw 2 more because I'll kill it, and then I'll draw another one from Inner Rage. And yeah, that's not bad. Let's see if we can get a Grim in our hand. A Grim would be nice. We've got the Whirlwind and the Inner Rage along with the Commander. Let's draw another one. All right, and we've got the Berserker. Wow. All right, so we throw... yeah, I think the Berserker might not be a bad play right here, just to keep it down. It'll make him so if he has any CC like a Dark Bomb, he'll use it on hopefully the Berserker or something. Let's see what he has. Because if not, next turn's going to be pretty bad. I'll lay down my Emperor. Everything in our hand's going to be decreased by 1. Having the Commander cost 2 is definitely helpful, along with the Whirlwind that costs none and the Execute that costs none. It's a good start. And there's the Doom Guard. Now our Execute will be able to do big things. It got rid of his Doom Guard with the sacrifice 2 cards out of his hand, so that worked out really well. So let's hit this. We can hit it, draw a card, execute, or we can play... Yeah, let's just swing it in. The execute costs 1. Yeah, that's right. So we can't slam and execute, but I wouldn't be able to play Emperor if I did execute and slam. So this way we were able to play Emperor and use execute while killing his guy. And then this turn, we got the -1 for everything in our hand. And let me tell you now, guys, I'm no fucking pro at these decks. I'm not saying that I'm a tier 1 legend player. I'm just simply trying to walk you through what my mindset is when I play these. People have said it helps them, so I'm helping those people out that it says it helps. If it doesn't help you, then why are you watching? But constructive criticism is always welcome. Don't get me wrong. I telling me, hey, by the way, this sucked or this wasn't good or blah, blah, blah. That's great. I like hearing that stuff. But, oh, why'd you make this guide? You suck. It's like, why are you watching then? Okay. So back to the game. It looks like we can actually make this GG here because we can Hell Scream. Whirlwind costs nothing. Holy shit, our Berserker would be fucking huge. I think I'm just going to go for it. Even if it doesn't end the game, this is going to be an epic play. And it's going to kill most of his field. I think this Warlock's angry. He just told me my soul shall suffer. Well played. Yeah, that's game. It's game by like a lot. Oh god, how much damage is that in one turn? That's 14, 10, 20, that's 29 damage, 32 damage with my weapon. That's a pretty good play right there, if you ask me. Okay, so looking at the deck list, we've got 1 Inner Rage. Some people play 1, some people play none, some people play 2. It all depends. A lot of these cards in this deck, like the Inner Rage, the Commanding Shout, the Unstable Ghoul, this is all situational depending on how you'd want to play the deck and what you're going against. I mean, if you're going against a lot of rush decks, having 2 Unstable Ghouls may help you out than just having 1. So it all depends kind of what you're playing, but this is generally the deck that you're going to see when playing a Grim Patron deck, or Patron. Or I'm going to say Patron. I know it's fucking Patron, but your Patron just makes sense to me, okay? Don't make fun of me. So we've got Inner Rage. We're just playing one of these. I mean, it's not bad against rush, and it does help your Grim Patron, I said it right, out because it costs none, so you can play kind of 2 in 1 turn. But at the same time, it's only used in that combination. It doesn't really help you any other time. So that's why I'm only playing 1. Let's check out what's gonna go down here. I can't really play anything, yeah. Where we can coin on turn 3, summon the weapon, and then throw down the 3/3 with taunt. That'll be cool. But besides that, there's not really anything crazy I can do. Yeah, just armor again. Next turn we'll be able to coin. We'll kill the Mana Worm. And then the following turn, the Death Rattle should be able to kill... Oh, fuck. Nope. Mirror Image. Damn, that sucks. That's really unfortunate for me. That totally fucked up our plans, didn't it? Well, here's the Grim Patron. So we're still going to just go with the plan. We're going to throw down our 3/3 taunt. We're just going to end up having to kill one of these taunts. Next turn, hopefully, we'll be able to kill the other one. It'll definitely kill his Knife Juggler, and we'll see what happens from there. I mean, worst case, we'll have our Inventor kill the Mana Worm. So back to the deck list. 2 executes. This is simply for field clear. You're going to come into creatures that are big. I mean, it's one of the basic warrior cards that's like in every deck. It's pretty much a staple. We got Whirlwind. This is self-explanatory. You'll see this in every Grim Patron deck or Patron deck. Wow, this is very unfortunate. He's fucking me up. He has only 3 cards in hand, though, but he's fucking me dry. Let's see if we can draw anything good. Not bad. Alright, looks like we are killing off that. It's going to kill the leper gnome. It's going to bring this guy down to 2 health, and we'll be able to theoretically kill it next turn with our inventor. If not, fuck. Alright, from Whirlwind, we've got the Fury War Axe. This thing is your bread and butter again. It's a weapon that costs 2, that's a 3/2. Holy shit, I've never seen anybody play that 9/9 before. I'm pretty sure that's whenever he doesn't have a card on his side of the field, destroy this at the end of that turn. Wow. So we have to clear his field. So I'm seeing kill his 4/2. It doesn't matter which one I kill, the Knife Juggler or the Mana Worm. Like, we can Whirlwind and then Taskmaster the other one, and theoretically his 9/9 should die. If I understand what that guy does right. I guess the smart thing to do before I did all that was to battle, or what is it called? Fucking Battle Rage when I had 2 damage cards on the field. Then I could have drawn 2 instead of getting 2 armor. But I mean, 2 armor is not bad. We're getting kind of low. But anytime I'm below 15 health, it's kind of like a flash. Like, hey, you're below 15 health. If you're playing a mage, you can Fireball, Frostbolt, or Pyroblast, or whatever the fuck. That was an awesome top deck. Emperor, that's what I'm talking about. Everything's now reduced by 1, which is really nice. Grim Patron or Patron. Alright. That GP is now 4-drop, which is nice. Commanding Shout, now 1-drop. So don't polymorph. Fuck. Alright. If he would have sat on the field another turn, that would have been pretty epic. He's a really, really, really good card. If he can sit on the field, it's pretty intense. Okay, so from here, swing for 1. I guess that was kind of dumb, because now he can attack the 1/3, and it'll kill my sheep, and it'll make my 3/3 a 3/2, and then he can ping it for 1, and then next turn it'll die. So in response to him killing 1 creature, he can pretty much kill the rest of them. That's not good. And I didn't even combo the 1/3 with the Grim. I wasn't thinking when I did that. I kind of just, oh, I have enough mana, let's play it. Yeah, you kind of want to play cards for a reason, guys. And girls. Okay. Oh, he kept the 1/3 alive? What is this? What is this? Is this rice? That was kind of silly of him. We could play the Grim, or we could not play the Grim. Let's see what we get. We definitely could play Grim next turn, depending on if he plays a creature that has less than 3 attack. Even if he doesn't, we have Commanding Shout. Alright, so I'm thinking Alkalite, and we'll save our weapon for next turn so he doesn't know we have it, even though we have 2. And then when this guy dies, he'll draw 1. So right there, instead of playing the weapon, obviously he's going to kill the 1/1, and he's going to ping it, and this is going to allow me to draw another card with the Alkalite of Pain. This deck definitely has a lot of synergy with the cards, so just be sure when playing and you've got your hand to try to combo things as best as possible, because there's so many, there's probably tons that I even missed. And I mean, like I said, I'm no pro, but I try to get the most out of the cards. So from here, we're going to how many health does he have? 27. We can Commander, we can Grim, we can Inner Rage, we can Commanding Shout, of course. We're going to save Whirlwind to when we Inner Rage, and we get more of them on the field. So we're Inner Rage this one. Now he can attack. And now we can Whirlwind. And now we'll draw 1 with the Alkalite, and then we'll be able to attack with 2 more Grim Patrons. That GP. That GP. So as long as he doesn't have a Flame Strike, I think we'll be alright. And like I said, it looked like he had a huge advantage the early game. Like, we were hurting bad. And then, in one turn, we're able to pull out 7 cards on the field and deal pretty decent amount of damage and have card advantage over him. So this deck is, when I first played this deck, like the first 10 games with this deck, probably lost every single one because I had no idea how to play this deck. This deck requires you to play it appropriately. Like, it's not, wow, out of every card on the field, that thing pings my fucking commander for 2. Out of every card, the probability of that is probably like none. Like 0. Oh, look, another Grim. I think it's going to be GG. He has 3 mana. Flame Strike wasn't in there. It doesn't really matter what he does from here. It's going to be a GG. Alright, so let's talk about more cards in the deck. We've got Battle Rage. This is definitely where you're going to get some of your card control like you saw earlier in this game. It cost 2 mana, and we were able to draw 2 cards. I wouldn't recommend playing this unless you can draw at least 2 cards. But, if you have to play it and you only draw 1, that's alright. But most of the time, you'll be able to definitely benefit off drawing more than 1. And again, this is part of the where you're going to get most of your card advantage from, along with the Alkali of Pain. But we'll get into that. Commanding Shout. Some people play 2 of these. Some people play 1. Some people play none. I prefer 1 because we get it when we need it. But if we have 2, we have it when we don't want it. So this is just one of those things where it's like, oh yes, a Commanding Shout, or it just doesn't sit in your hand. Most of the time when you have it, you use it relatively quickly. With this deck, you don't want cards just sitting in your hand all game. Alright, so looking at who we're playing a Hunter. So we were hoping to get a Slam, Whirlwind, Taskmaster, early game weapon, something like that. We were able to get 3 of those early game cards. We got the weapon, we got the Slam, and we got the Whirlwind. So, I mean, we've got a fairly decent early game to hold him back. Because when you're playing a rush deck against a deck that's more mid to late game, you have to be able to hold yourself off until then. So from here, I think we're just going to... I think we're going to save the Slam. We're going to use the Fury War Axe, and we're going to take 2 to the face. I think that, I mean, we can Whirlwind, but we don't really want to waste Whirlwind on just one creature. If he plays something like Call the Hounds or a Snake Trap, we want to save Whirlwind where it definitely makes a difference. Right now, 2 damage to 1, it's not that scary. So, yeah. So we have the option to slam it, but we don't draw 1, but we kill it. Or we can play our weapon, and we'll take 2 to the face, which isn't good though, because he is playing a rush deck, and him getting 4 damage off a 2-drop card 2 turns early, or the second turn in, is definitely pretty not so swell. Alright, heading back over, we've got the Slam. This is basically for all the rush decks out there. It's a Knife Juggler Destroyer. It's also a card that lets you do your execute if need be. So let's say it's a 5/10, a Druid plays that gay-ass card. You deal damage to it, you draw, and then you execute. So it's a 1-for-1 right away. So right here, we can attack it with a weapon or we can slam. I really don't want to take 4 to the face. So we're just going to slam and play the 3/3 with taunt, and we're again able to play that 3/3 because we didn't use our weapon to attack. This guy's cost is -1 for every attack on your weapon. So him with Despite makes him a free of cost. So again, a little reminder when playing against a rush deck is just, especially a Hunter, when your health hits that below 15 point mark, definitely around that 10 mark, he can one-shot you in a turn if he has at least 6 mana. Double kill command, and any creatures on the field, a kill command and a ping is already 7. A Leroy makes that 13. So I mean, it's pretty... What is 50 minus 13? Well, goddamn, 47. If you guys haven't seen that, it's a guy, he asks this lady, he's like, how many states or how many countries, I don't know. He asked her a question and she says there's 50 states minus 13 colonies, and it's 15 minus 13. She looks at the camera and goes, goddamn, 47. I mean, it's obvious she meant to say 37, but it's really funny. See, we were able to use the Whirlwind to our advantage there. It killed 3 creatures. Grim Patron was out, or the GP was out, and we're able to now get 2 of them. We have equal card in our hands. We've got a weapon and 2 cards on field. So we're definitely destroying him on field control. We've got the same hand control, but we do have a weapon, so we actually have 1 more in the hand control. Next turn, we'll also draw 1, which gives us an even bigger advantage. And what's good about playing a warrior against a hunter is our armor. It pretty much cancels out the take 2 per turn. If you're playing, let's say, a mage or a rogue, that 2 damage per turn is pretty fucking hefty. So as you can see here, it's pretty obvious what I did. I played the berserker, I played the captain, or a commander, and we're just literally swinging for face right now. Next turn, if he doesn't have anything, we win. So just be sure before you deal any damage to anything on the field, if you're gonna plan on playing the berserker, play that berserker. Berserker with the whirlwind combo, I've been able to get my berserker up to like a 20 attack because he had a full field and I had like half a field. Commander, berserker, get out all your grims, deal damage to the grims, whirlwind, GG, can attack directly for huge amounts of damage with that berserker. The berserker will end up winning you just as many games as the grim, surprisingly. So from here, yeah, I've got 16 health, he's got 13, and like I said, it's looking like it's going to be a GG. So heading down on this deck list, we've got the Cruel Taskmaster. This guy works very well with Grim, very well with Acolyte of Pain, very well with the Berserker. This guy deals 1 damage and gives the person +2 attack. So he lets you draw a card if you use it on the Acolyte, and he makes the Acolyte a 3/2, which is very viable to kill other creatures. So it's a really good card. And it definitely, the 1 damage can be used on anything, including your opponent's creatures. So let's say they play a Leper Gnome or a Loot Hoarder, which I haven't seen played in a long time. It'll definitely kill that, making it already go for that 1/0. So he's doing his best to clear my field, so I give him props for doing that. But again, we've got 9 damage on the field, plus our weapon, which is 12. Wait. Oh no, we've got the 5 damage down. My bad, I thought he said 3. Alright, yeah, it's going to be GG. It's going to be exactly 1. Yeah, -1. So, we went 1 over, but that's good. Either way, we won, right? I always play people with, like, really weird names, like Rebel, or, like, Dirt, or Sauce. I play people like the most original names. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much our guide for the 3-win game. We can, you know what, we'll spend some time. We'll finish up the deck list on the right here. If anything, if you don't really care about the deck list, you know it's in the deck and you just came to see how the deck was played, don't worry about it. But for those of you who want to see it, we'll go over that now. So we have the we left off on the Unstable Ghoul. So looking at the Unstable Ghoul, this is really good against rush deck. It's a 1/3 with taunt, deal damage to everything on the field. What the hell is all this noise coming from? Okay, we fixed it. It deals 1 damage to everything on the field. So if you've got the Grim down, the Acolyte down, the Berserker down, it really makes them bigger if you're the Berserker, or it lets you get that drawing potential if it's the Acolyte. The Acolyte of Pain is a really nice 3-drop. It is, again, one of the cards that allows you to get that card advantage in this deck, along with a sort of a creature who you can buff, and your opponent doesn't really want to attack it because you draw from it, but it also can, like I said, give it the buff with Cruel Taskmaster and whatnot. The Berserker, we've pretty much been over this in the past game that we just won. That combined with the Commander really gives you an advantage because it can attack right away when it comes out, and then you can Whirlwind, Taskmaster, Unstable Ghoul. There's tons of things you can do to make that thing, or Death Bites, Death Rattle. There's tons. This deck is pure synergy. So it's just going to take some time when you play this deck to really see what meshes, what doesn't, what cards to play against certain decks. And like I said, these decks I played against what, a Hunter, a Warlock, and a Mage. So I mean, those are probably some of the top classes played. Not a lot of people play Priest. Not a lot of people play Rogue. Wow, can I not talk here? Drink of water fast. So we have the Commander. That card is pretty much what puts this whole deck together. It allows your Grim to attack right away, along with your Berserker to attack right away. I mean, there's your entire deck can pretty much attack right away because no card is higher than 3 attack besides the Emperor and Gromash. But yeah, synergy in this deck with the Commander is absolutely insane. Deathbite is one of the weapons that makes this deck again work very well because of Deathbite's Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to everything on the field. That with the Grim, the Frothing, I mean, if you've got a Berserker, if you can play a Berserker or a Commander and you have a Deathbite and a Whirlwind in your hand, it's GG. You can do fucking retarded amounts of damage, especially if there's 6 creatures on the field. Every time it deals damage, your Berserker gets +6. So 6 plus its 3 plus any other damage you're going to do. It's right there is like 15. So moving down, the Dread Corsair, this is really good against your rush decks because if you play your Deathbite or your Fury War Axe. It makes it a 1-drop or a no-drop. It's got taunt, so it puts things in the way in front of your Grim, and it's definitely just gives you that early game lead, or trying to get that early game advantage, so those rush decks can't really take you out. If it didn't have taunt, it probably wouldn't be as relevant, but the taunt really makes it shine. The Inventor, a lot of people play 2 of this guy. I prefer 1 because I have a weird mix in this deck. There's like 1 Inner Rage, there's 1 Commanding Shout, there's 1 Inventor. Normally there's either 2 of something or none of something, and there's not really 1. So this is a very awkward deck, but I found that this deck works best for me. You can tinker around with what you want to add and what you don't want to add, whether it be the Unstable Ghoul, the Inventor, the Inner Rage, and the Commanding Shout. All 4 of those, you can play 2, or you can play none, or you can play 1. So you can just toy around with that. We have the Grim. I'm not even going to explain why this is in the deck. That is the deck. Emperor, this again, the -1 cost at the end of each turn is fucking great when you've got a really decent hand. If you've got 5 or more cards in your hand, just playing him and ending your turn gives him his worth. Then your opponent has to use a card to get rid of him, but all your cards already cost 1 less. So as long as you have this card and you play him when you have a decent hand, his worth is already there. So if you have him, turn 6, play him almost every single time. Gromash, some of the Grim Patron players say he's not really necessary in the deck because of how much damage this deck can do in 1 turn. But I found this guy gets you out of a pickle when you need to. Like he comes in clutch sometimes. Sometimes he'll sit in your hand from turn 1, but that's just unfortunate. It's a card game. You're going to have some bad luck sometimes. This deck is going to give you some bad hands. But most of the time I found that Gromash really helps me out in those tight spots. So if you have him, throw him in the deck. If you don't, it's not really a big deal. He's not played in every single one of these decks. And I've actually found a tier legend deck that doesn't have him in here. So I mean, it's not really... If you don't have them, you're not going to like lose every game because of that. So don't worry about it. This deck is fairly cheap, and most of you should be able to build it relatively easily if you have the Blackrock Mountain cards. So with all of this said, hopefully you've enjoyed this guide. If you have, throw that like, throw that comment below if you have any questions. I'll definitely get back to you with that. And with all of this said, thanks for stopping by the inn, guys. I'm Rob, and happy whatever the hell day it is. Today we're going to try to answer a very common question in Hearthstone. What pack should I buy? Well, of course, if you're going to drop that real life cash, there's no doubt you want to get